Hello, English language lovers. This is Dr. Faye. This is my grandma's life diary number 7. After this, I will have a translator's note that'll come the next time. Until then.
내가 자랐던 집은 국일관이라는 요리집으로 내가 심은 밤나무는 아람드리로 변해 1년에 밤을 2섬씩이나 딴다 한다. 내 친구 아버님의 말씀이다. The house I was raised in had become a restaurant called 국일관, and the tree I had planted has grown large enough to yield over 10 bushels of chestnuts a year, according to my friend's father. 동무들은 다들 성장해서 어디론가 가버리고 그립던 고향 산천은 변한 모습으로 나를 맞아주었다. My transformed homeland, its mountains and waters, alone greeted me, ones that I had missed for years. My friends were all grown and moved to places unknown to me. 다만 변하지 않은 것은 남산에서 내려다 보이는 잔잔한 들판뿐. 한동안 내려다보고 한숨을 몰아쉬었다. I looked down on the village from the south hilltop for a while, the only unchanged serene field, and I breathed out a big sigh. 여기까지는 꿈에도 그리운 유년 시절이다. Up to this point are my youthful years. I miss even in my dreams. 젊은 날의 내 생애는 기억조차 하기 싫다. I do not even want to recollect back to the next pages of my life. However, I will say this. 어쨌든 내 나이 21세에 애들 아버지와 결혼했다. At the age of 21, I got married to my children's father. 연지곤지 찍고 가마 타고 신랑은 말 타고 결혼하던 시절이지만 우리는 지금의 시청 그 자리 부민관에서 드레스를 입고 신식결혼을 했다. It was during the years where the groom was on horseback and the bride, painted with red dots on both cheeks, sat inside the palanquin. However, we had a newer style of wedding at 부민관, now the site of the Seoul City Hall. 엄한 시부를 모시고 오전 5시에 일어나서 저녁 10시까지 잠시도 쉴 시간이 없었다. Under my stern parents-in-law, I got up at 5 a.m. and didn't have a moment to rest until 10 p.m. 식구가 16식구, 8형제의 5째 며느리다. We had 16 in the household. I was the 5th daughter-in-law among the 8 brothers in the family. 밤 10시에도 잠을 잘 수가 없었다. Then I couldn't even go to bed at 10 p.m. 밤에는 바느질 거리를 갖다 주신다. At night, I was given the sewing work. 그러던 중 자기 실상에 불만을 품은 남편은 맨손으로 일본으로 건너갔다. My husband, who was not contented with his reality, went abroad to Japan with empty hands. 도라스콩이라는 미국 회사에 들어가서 밑바닥부터 배웠다. He started working for a company called Dorascon at the very bottom. 누가 뭐라 해도 머리가 좋고 장래가 보이는 사람이면은 틀림없다. He definitely was a bright and promising young man. 야심을 품은 그는 만주로 건너가 만인을 10명 데리고 와서 둘째 형님의 퇴직금으로 용두동에다 선만강제라는 이름하에 공장을 세우고 밤낮으로 두드려 댔다. With ambition, he then went to Manchuria, China, and later brought home 10 men of Manchuria and established a factory in Yongdudong, Seoul, called 선만강제, with the help of his second older brother's retirement money. Day and night, he pounded steel. 그대로 나갔으면 큰 부자가 됐을 것이다. If he hadn't detoured but carried on, he would have been truly successful. 우리나라의 최초로 강철사를 세운 사람이다. Indeed, it was the very first steel factory in Korea.
그리고 넷째 형과 여섯째를 끌어들였다. 그리고 일곱째와 여덟째는 서울 공대 그리고 고려대를 졸업시키고 결혼까지 시킨 집안의 큰 공로자다. My husband got his fourth and sixth brothers involved and helped his seventh and eighth brothers with their college education at Seoul National University Engineering School and Korea National University, respectively, and helped them marry. 한마디로 집안을 일으킨 분이다. He was basically a big-time contributor to the family. 시아버님이 무능하셔서 제대로 교육을 못 시킨 분이다. His own father was somewhat incompetent and couldn't help his own son's education. 그러나 그는 최대의 결점이 있다. Nevertheless, he had his utmost weak point. 그는 풍운하다. He was a philanderer, as it were. 한마디로 팔람보. 요릿집으로 다니며 한채훈이라는 기생과 눈이 맞아 만주로 갔다. He squandered on fun and fancy cuisines with a geisha named 한채훈. They eloped to Manchuria. 맨주먹으로 얼마든지 이룩할 수 있다는 자신감에 선만강제는 형제들에게 주고 만주로 갔으나 마음대로 되지 않았다. He believed with confidence that he could launch a business empty-handed and left 선만강제 to his brothers, but he couldn't do nearly much as he intended. 기우인지는 모르겠으나 어쨌든 그는 내 곁을 떠난 후로는 하는 일마다 실패를 죽는 그날까지 되는 일이 없었다. Maybe it was my own thoughts of jinx, but once he had left me, anything he put his hands on didn't work out until his death.